Sup nerds, I'm CuppaJoey and welcome back to another episode of r/Amazon Reviews, where you get to see people express exactly what they thought of certain products and also answer questions in, I wouldn't say the best way they can, but well, you'll see. And the following eye-catching review on Wolf of Wall Street, 1 star, beware, not a nature documentary. I figured with the title it was a documentary about how urbanization is affecting wildlife, but no, it's some sort of scumbag that does a bunch of drugs and has a boat. 117 people found this helpful. I mean, wasn't that like another complaint? Like, it was one of those things in, I think it was Big Fat Quiz of the Year that Charles Dance was reading out, where one of the poor reviews of Wolf of Wall Street was just there were no wolves in it. I mean, this is why you shouldn't assume things based on the title. You need to, find out what it's about and all of that. You know, surprisingly, Silence of the Lambs isn't about baby sheep that don't talk as much as they used to. Although I have to say my favourite thing about the outrage on this is that, the fact that they went and they said, beware and all of that, is that they are assuming that there are loads of people making the same mistake as them, and there's something about that that's just so beautiful. For the Melissa and Doug horse plush, more than I bargained for. When I purchased this mount, I didn't expect to get so much. At the price, this is a must-buy for any dedicated farmhand who's looking for a new charge. After a few weeks of introduction, which is normal, this has been the hardest working horse on my farm ever since my sweet dear Ether passed away in 1994. It outpulls even some of my older stallions. My one complaint is that she came without being shoed, which for her age was odd, but we had our local farrier shoe her with no problems. While I have found many other Amazon horses to be hard-nosed and quick to anger, this one's temperament has been sweet and soft. I've even let her around my nieces when they visit, as I feel that comfortable around her. They are 11 and 15 and know their way around a mount, but I certainly wouldn't leave any of my bigger stallions with them, as they can be quick to anger, which I think is normal. The nieces just loved Shelley, which is what we named her after my dear godmother who passed away in 2004 from cancer, and Shelley adored them. They fed her oats from the paddock doors and rode down to our lake and back with no issues. Overall, a great horse is quickly growing into a trusted friend. Oh, this review confused me so freaking much at first, okay? So, at first when they were talking about a plush horse being a mount, I was thinking, okay, it must be some sort of breeding apparatus. You know, because in order to, yeah, I've decided I'm just not going to explain that. You know what I mean by breeding apparatus. If you don't know, just enjoy your ignorance and don't Google it. But then when she was talking about the kids coming around and feeding it oats, I thought, oh no, okay, she's clearly got this confused for another horse. Can you buy horses on eBay? Amazon, like actual horses? Because there has to be some kind of a mistake, right? I mean, I'm sure it's not like a Mr. Magoo that just thinks that they're like, wow, this horse is so friendly, it hasn't run away from me once, it's just this freaking plushie standing there. Hold on, I'm gonna have a look at this on Amazon. Colour me surprised, you can't buy freaking livestock on Amazon, it's absolutely ridiculous. I'm surprised they haven't got all the load of stables in the freaking Amazon warehouse. I just found all these, freaking horse girl type things, like a necklace with a horse that says, she believed she could, so she did. So, fair enough, whatever floats your horse. 1 star, verified purchase, remote doesn't work, preloaded avatars include, the man that killed Hitler. I have some serious issues with this purchase. First off, the included remote was totally dead and it would not work despite any amount of troubleshooting. Second, the preloaded avatars on the Wii system included names like Hitler and Antichrist. This was a gift for my son's 7th birthday. Oh no! Oh gosh! And you can see it. Oh no! Oh, this is beautiful. Of course it would go to somebody just, oh god, to the Antichrist as well. This is the thing about buying consoles secondhand. You gotta be aware of these things. I've bought consoles secondhand and had to get rid of the data that was already there. So if you do sell something secondhand, then make sure that you wipe your data first. But like I could just smell the freaking suburban white family offense by this, and I enjoy it way more than I should. If you enjoy watching my content, then please consider throwing me a few pennies down at my Ko-fi down below. If you would like to just buy me a coffee, you can throw me as little as £3 down below. If not, thanks for just enjoying my content, and I hope you enjoy the episode. 1 star from Thug. Size 67. Colour number 1. Thug. Thug don't care. 5 people found this helpful. And why wouldn't you when it comes to, well, I suppose there's something at the top saying that there's something around the hip, so I assume that it's some kind of dress or lingerie or panty. The first thing that I think whenever I'm buying my, daddy round big boy pants is, would Thug care? And if Thug cares, well, it's just not for me. 1 star, way too small. So I've attached pictures of my tortoise inside and beside it, ordered a large, and it's definitely not a large. Unless you own Anson, it's probably perfect. Oh, just look at the little tortoise just there, like, this was supposed to be in my house, and it just looks like a freaking red onion that's been cut in half. Seriously, that's a tiny freaking tortoise as well. Like, how do you get it that wrong? How do you get so... Like, what size is the small? Either they accidentally said the small, or that this is like some kind of dollhouse thing, because my goodness, it should just sit on top of the freaking tortoise. Ah, the tortoise looks so sad. Poor thing. Oh, it's very cute though. I always wanted a tortoise. When I was a kid, I really, really wanted a pet tortoise. That was like my thing, but I got a furry boy, so I'm alright. Question: will this allow me entry into the Spacing Guild so that I may fold space for interstellar travel? Answer: absolutely, I've been to the moon and back twice. Happy travels. Answer: yes. I have no idea what product this is for, but I want it now so I can go to the freaking moon. I hope it's like Futurama already, where there's like a really bad theme park and everything. That'd be freaking great. Except I want there to be clangers as well, because they're cute. 1 star. Too many tablets to swallow at once. They are way too big. The hardest thing is having to swallow 4 at once. Oh lord, I mean, when they say tablets, I'm going to assume that they mean pills in this case, and that they're not, trying to swallow 4 smart devices in one go. I mean, like, even if you had to take 4 in one go, right? Okay, let's say that you did have to have 4 tablets per, per dose. You don't take all freaking 4 at the same time. Like, the fact that they're big pills as well, so not only are they having to swallow big pills, but they're trying to swallow 4 of them at once, my god. I mean, I gotta admire, I guess, the tenacity that it would take to, like, struggle through it and then write this review, my goodness. Skippy rated 4 out of 5 stars. They were glassy. I don't understand why Amazon wants me to review everything I purchase. After all these jars, can jars merit a 1-star review or a 5-star review? What makes a mason jar outstanding? I guess for me, these simple jars would merit 5 stars instead of 4 if every time I opened it, Billy Joel stopped to play a classic song for me. I give him some iced tea that I brewed in a jar. He would drink it, then ask me to open a bottle of white or a bottle of red. Perhaps a bottle of rosé instead. Are those Billy Joel lyrics? I mean, they rhymed and it kind of flowed a little bit, but that's not how it works. Like, you only give it 5 out of 5 stars, like, if you're happy with it and nothing's wrong with it. Like, it isn't as to how good it is when it's a product like that. It's only if it's, like a book or, a DVD or something that you would review it based on how much enjoyment you got out of it or whatever. And yeah, Richard below there was able to say just right for growing sprouts, so he clearly had a good review. But you don't have to review freaking everything that Amazon requests that you review. It's not like part of the contract. You can only have these items if you also write a paragraph on them afterwards. Oh, but that whole Billy Joel, I could just feel like the freaking suburban housewife moisture coming off of that one. Question: will this fit my wife's weird looking feet? Her feet look like a tube of toothpaste that was run over by a Honda Civic. And then the answer from Russian Cowboy, yes, they fit a bit wide, have a little wobble to them. I might suggest one size bigger. Oh man, I'm like, why just rip on your wife's feet like that? I mean, clearly, surely I may not understand heterosexual men, but if I am to go by, my entire understanding of cis-het relationships that I learned from Cinderella, it would be that men normally pay complete attention to the feet and nothing else in order to identify their partners. So it feels strange that he would go for that, but hey, Russian Cowboy came in with a little bit of advice. They tried to help. There's something so wholesome about that, right? There's somebody coming out with that crap and going, you know what, I'm gonna try and help you anyway. Like, there's part of me that genuinely thinks that Russian Cowboy is sweet, which isn't a sentence I thought I'd be saying, but hey, it's 2020. How does it smell? Other brands mention smell. Haven't taken the time to smell it, but I'd imagine it smells like you'd imagine an extension cord to smell. That being said, I haven't smelled any other extension cords, so I'm not an expert in the field of olfactory characteristics of extension cords in general. This is a very informative answer. I mean, they answered to the point. Oh, this must be one of those things where they've either misunderstood something, so it's not smell, it's actually something else, or they meant to put this on something else, on a different product that would have a scent for whatever reason. But, oh, I love what does the extension cord smell like? I only get them based on smell. Review on some LED lights, 5 stars, may cause relationship issues. I bought this product to add sexy ambience to a garage conversion I was doing. I planned on transforming the garage into a pole/lap dancing room where I envisioned my wife would be performing for me, and the multicoloured light would set off what I imagined her routines would be beautifully. I thought I could even turn the lights green for go when I was fully excited. I never got to try this out as my wife was disgusted by the idea. Disgust turned to outrage when I asked if any of her friends would be interested to try it out. Anyway, long story short, this strip of lighting is now the only source of illumination in my humble bedsit, and I'm actually quite impressed. The kids like playing with the simple-to-use remote when they come and visit me for a couple of hours every other Saturday, and the range of colours is huge. There's colours to suit any mood, or in my case, both my moods. Blue for sadness, red for anger. I'd highly recommend. Oh boy. Damn, what is wrong? How do heterosexual relationships happen? I mean, how can you be on such different wavelengths? I mean, why would you suggest that? And why are you sad and angry just because your wife doesn't want to pole dance for you? I mean, surely you would check that she would be up for that first, right? What the hell? And then that joke, I mean, no wonder the guy's single, but they got kids? They got colours to suit any mood. What if he did that, like, with the lap dancing thing? So it's like, oh, here you go. Now you get a sad lap dance. Then again, I don't know if there's any lap dance that isn't a sad lap dance. Let's be real. 4 out of 5 stars. Holds a 180-pound man 360 flipping all day long. Colour black and white checker. I am a 30-year-old man thinking I can skate again. What the hell was I thinking? I was thinking, hell yeah, my kick ass still works great. 360 flips all around. Oh, this is wholesome. I don't understand why he didn't give it 5 out of 5. Why only 4? He seems to be incredibly happy about the fact that he's now skating again. I think that's quite sweet. And yeah, why not skate? If you enjoy skating, why not? It's not doing any harm apart from annoying people that really shouldn't be bothered by people just enjoying fun and, not causing any harm. 5 stars from Steve. This was the best thing I've purchased in my entire life. This was the best thing I've purchased in my entire life. I eat it every day and my roommate loves it. I can tell he loves it by the notes he signs under my door every night, like, stop playing that thing or I'll kill you in your sleep. Cheers, my whistle boys. And there's that picture of him enjoying his whistle. What a lovely guy. I'm gonna say, like, the way he looks is basically how I feel when I go about my everyday life. Instead of looking like that, though, I just look like this, ball of fat and bits of hair. Yeah, that's about right. Like something that, got lost behind the back of the sofa. That's kind of my vibe. but classy while I do it. Well, that's it for this episode of r/Amazon Reviews. I don't know about you, but my wallets are definitely empty because, we got some real insight into the products we saw today. And as I say at the end of every episode, if you enjoyed hearing from this subreddit or would like to hear from any other subreddit, then do let me know in the comments. And until then, I will see you all next time.